Welcome to today's web series episode for JetTrac fire inspection for desktop and mobile devices. My name is Dean Weatherston. I'm one of the FileMaker developers who put this app together, and I hope to give you some basic insight into how it works and the recommended methods. Today's topic is deficiencies and everything to do with that, such as adding, modifying, reviewing, or deleting records of deficiencies. What you're seeing on the screen right now is our work order layout, and if you remember correctly, or if you remember seeing our video on technician schedule and work order, this is kind of where we left off. So it kind of takes us into a good segue looking at the deficiencies in a lot more detail. Let me go, and I'm on my iPad right now. Let me just go and click on new record. And that brings us through to our deficiency layout, a couple of blank spaces, and I'm going to go with that latter option. I'm going to add the details about what this is for. Let's click the building ID at the top middle, and I'm going to choose the first one, and this procedure would be under quarterly. Let's go with D for deficiency. And then the quantity is just 1 in this case. And in red you can see that's the item detail. We have to choose what this is tied to. So let's go and select spare sprinklers. Now below that you have a choice between riser or other association. If you happen to not have any risers tied to this building or any riser IDs, then you would choose other association. So let me go see, but I think I do have some riser IDs. I do have one. Let me select that one, and the other association is grayed out. Now just below that we have an option to add a description. To the right of description you might have noticed a little drop down for and I'll click on that and just show you. There's a drop down for some commonly used descriptions that you may or may not have, and obviously we can customize this to whatever you consider as a common reference as a description. In this case, let's just go and select the second one, and you can see it's just gone and added that to our description. Below that we have internal comments, and we also have a drop down, and the way that drop down works is if as we're building multiple deficiencies on a given day, it's going to look at all the other comments that were added, and if there's a similar comment or a very standard comment that is used for a lot of these deficiencies, you'll be able to pull it off the drop down. But we don't have any saved internal comments today, so I'm going to have to add something. I can certainly type it into internal comments, but I'd rather just use the microphone on Siri in this case. So clicking in internal comments, this is an internal comment test. I just clicked on done, and there it is. Alright, so up at the top left there is an add photos option, and that's what I'm going to do. I can certainly reach out to the camera on my iPad. I happen to have taken the photo already, so I'm going to select from photos, and all photos out the end, there we go, and select my my bad sprinkler. As you can see there, looks pretty bad. Now just below that, thank you, low battery, and just below the image area is a special equipment request, and that is so when you come back or you doing a corrective action to repair a deficiency, this might be useful to you in knowing what you should bring along with you to perform that repair. So let's select something from the special equipment list. I'm going to just select two totally random. It may not apply in this case. but just to show you, there we go. It looks pretty full. I'm happy with it. Now down at the bottom there is a done button at the bottom right. To the left of that is a little plus, and that would allow us to add a new deficiency underneath this building ID and inspection procedure without leaving the layout. So that's pretty cool and common to want to do that. So just so you know, I'm going to click on done. You can see up at the top on our related deficiencies, our new deficiency has been added there, and under the building ID Big 32, up at the top you might have noticed something as well. Under the building ID list, on the second row there, Big 32, the link color is changed from red to orange. I'm going to click on that orange link, and that takes us through to our test procedure for this building and the procedure itself. Now, going down to item 1.12, you'll notice there that fail has been added to this item as it's related to that deficiency that we just added. So you can see how those two are interrelated as we're adding new deficiencies, or we could be doing it from here as well. But it's good to have that connection being tied. Just a little far right, you can see there's a blue link, and that'll take us back to our deficiency. I'll click on that. And we happen to have two deficiencies now on our list, so it brings us through to a section called Deficiency List, and you can look at all these details or choose to do something with these deficiencies. If I just click in the middle on one of them, you'll see some options to go to the deficiency, go and perform a corrective action, or just plain old delete. But this will be a nice way of going through it as you're building it up and making quick decisions about what to do with it. So I'm going to leave that and click on something else. I'm going to go back to our work order. You can see nothing's changed at the bottom with our deficiencies. You can see our list has been started, and you may have many more as you go through a given day and a given test procedure. That brings us to the end of our presentation on deficiencies in JetTrac Fire Inspection. Stay tuned for future videos in this series and hopefully more in-depth looks into different examples. Goodbye for now.